Hello everyone, hope you're having a wonderful day, and today guys we're going to be going over is the new rogue class specific ring win or bin? If you did not know, today Blizzard did add in some new unique class specific rings, and these are able to be farmed from Bashan under the Tree of Whispers. Now obviously every class did get a class specific ring, but the main one I want to focus on today is the Rogues class specific ring, the Withering Band of Trickery. This is basically the decoy heart that we had last season. It has now been made into a unique ring, and this is what we've got. Now going over the stats are actually not too bad on this ring. We have critical strike chance, which is actually good to see. And we also have damage to crowd controlled enemies, which is also good to see because a lot of people are running close quarter combat, so that would be getting a nice multiplicative bonus from there. And the other stats aren't too bad either. Critical strike damage, even though it's additive, still kind of nice, and maximum health is actually also pretty decent. Now how does this ring work? Well, when we use our subterfuge skill, whether it be poison trap, smoke grenade, concealment, or dark shroud, they're all subterfuge skills. When we use a subterfuge skill, we spawn a decoy trap, a little decoy version of ourselves, lures all the enemies in, and then he explodes. So I'm going to show this here for you now. There you go, they're all getting taunted. All the enemies will get pulled in. Obviously dummies cannot move, and there you go, it just hit the enemies for about 40k there. So that's basically how it works. So the best way to get any kind of use out of this is if you use it with poison trap, because that way you lure all the enemies over to your poison trap and you can get some of your trap bonuses easily that way. Plus all the enemies are really grouped up now and they're just easier to nuke down. See if I can get the most amount of damage here. Okay, it did hit for 280k there. That is because a lot of my glyph bonuses from dealing non-physical damage and also enemies being my trap. If I can get this to crit, that would be great, because I can get it to crit for about 400 to 500k. In endgame, yeah, that's not really that great. I'm seeing if I can get it to actually show the 400k here for you guys. There you go, 440k right there. I think I have seen maybe upwards of 500k with the build that I am currently using. So like the damage isn't really that great. I mean, 400k, you have to get a lot of bonuses on top of the enemy for it to do 400k, but so it's obviously not the worst, but it's definitely not the best at all. And then to make the situation even worse, for some weird reason, they thought in their infinite wisdom they were going to slap a 12-second cooldown on this thing. Bruh, that does not work in the current state of the game right now. Most people are done with a tier 100 nightmare dungeon in fucking 12 seconds. Like, you're only going to get one usage of this trap throughout the whole dungeon. I'm obviously joking, I'm exaggerating here, but seriously, like 12 seconds, that's a long time. Now, I did also test this with my current setup while also putting in the Night Stalker glyph. Now, this glyph does increase our shadow damage. I mean, it does increase its damage by a little bit, but in terms of what kind of glyphs we are taking this season, we're taking a lot of stuff that has bonuses to multiplicative damage. Anything that's going to give us damage time is what we are now taking inside of Season 2 because of the way the damage formula works. So I can't really see too many builds taking a glyph out to put Night Stalker in unless you're really trying to do some kind of shadow build. But yes, the Night Stalker does seem to be increasing the damage of the decoy ring. And also there's no timer for when it comes off cooldown. What the hell are we supposed to do? Just count to 12 and oh yeah, I think my decoy trap is now ready to be activated. It would be nice if we just had a little icon, just a little malignant heart icon to show us that it's on cooldown now. So then that way we know when it's ready so we can plan accordingly. Now I also tried doing a tier 100 run and I gotta say it was pretty rough. It was a pretty rough run. The ring doesn't really offer any benefits besides every now and then, every 12 seconds, it's gonna lure the enemies in and it goes kaboom. Right now as it currently stands, I just don't think it's better than a really good rolled aspect or a much better unique like the Corroded Signet, especially if you are using damage over time builds. Now I love this, I have to share this with you guys already, but Wowhead has done the liberty and kindly already done a tier list of all the class specific rings. I will show that for you guys now, and as you can see, you go through the list, there's a lot of builds that most of the class specific rings do work with and kind of bring the build up to a different tier rating. Like some builds have gone to S tier because of their class specific rings, especially Barbarian. Sorcerer, Ball of Lightning is just absolutely fucking insane now because of their unique class ring. Even Druid, Necro, some of their builds have gotten better because of their class ring. Then you make your way all the way down to the Rogue section, F, F, F all across the board, man. There is just Fs for as far as you can see. It doesn't work with any of the meta builds currently in place in Season 2 for Rogue. It just doesn't work, and I can see why. Doesn't do much damage, and it's on a 12-second cooldown. Why? Why would they do this? In Season 1, the Decoy Heart, if you did get a really good roll of the Decoy Heart, you would have it out for like 4 seconds, and then the cooldown would be 4 seconds. So once he's exploded, once the Decoy Trap has exploded, done all the damage to the enemies, he's immediately ready to be deployed again by using a subterfuge skill. This worked really well with trap builds because you can get your poison trap down on a really low cooldown, especially if you stack more cooldown reduction. That way, every time your poison trap is ready, your decoy trap was ready, so you were just able to pull in all the enemies. It felt really fluid, really smooth. This unique ring does not feel fluid and smooth at all whatsoever, and it just doesn't have the damage to make up for it. And I'll give you some kind of reference point here. If you look at the corroded signet ring, this ring can do 34k to 41k of damage over time, damage explosions to the enemy. This happens on lucky hit too. Obviously all your dots have lucky hits, so it's just basically RNG how much this can proc. This can only proc every 12 seconds, and it does less damage. I'm not sure how high the damage can go. I've got a 7k to an 11k. That might be the cap. I'm not 100% sure. It might go a little bit higher than that. But this damage isn't good. So if you want a 12-second cooldown, I want to see this damage being the same as the corroded signet. It just makes sense. At least then it might feel a little bit viable. But with the damage that it has and on a 12-second cooldown, it's not good. It's just not a good ring. It doesn't feel good, and it's not going to change really any build. So I really do think that Rogue kind of got a little bit screwed with their class-specific ring. And I'll give you a reason why I think they did. Out of all the hearts they could have chosen, they gave us the decoy, which again, when in Season 1, it was working a lot better than what we've got now. Massive missed opportunity was adding in the Vile Heart that we had for Rogue last season as a unique ring. It was a heart where we had a chance to apply all abuments at a reduced potency. So I feel like the Vile Heart did get overshadowed a lot because everyone was just running Bar because it's so strong, and even the damage over time heart was just a little bit better than the Vile Heart overall. But I feel like it would have been so good to have that as a unique, maybe not where you can apply all abuments at a reducer potency, because that is kind of like the Word of Hacken that worked with Rain of Fire. I think it would have been really cool to see them add in Vile, but make it work with like a basic skill, or maybe make it work with just a core skill, and that's it. Then it wouldn't be able to proc with a whole bunch of other stuff. You wouldn't be getting all abuments all the time. I don't know if that would have been really good. I'm not 100% sure, but it's just an idea, and I feel like that would have been much better than them making the Decoy Heart into a unique ring for us to have inside Season 2. I would have much preferred the Vile Heart, but hey, this is what we've got now, and we have to just be grateful for what we've got, I suppose. It's better than nothing. But since we are stuck with this ring, I do feel like one of two things need to happen. We need to be able to get this out more consistently. 12 seconds is just too long. Or buff the damage up so that it's worth using for a 12-second cooldown kind of penalty. I don't know, maybe over time, as more people start to do more testing, there might become a really good usage for this ring. You might be able to make a really cool shadow build if you get the Doombringer uber unique from Druriel. I don't know. Either way, I think as it stands right now, boys, this ring is going in the bin. I think most rogues are probably just going to instantly bin this ring. It's probably just going to sit in their stash and just not see the light of day at all. So that is basically it from me, guys. I just wanted to do a quick little video showcasing the new Rogue class specific ring, and also just give some of my thoughts on the actual ring itself. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Do you think Rogues got screwed? Do you like the ring? Do you think it's shit? I'm keen to hear all your thoughts down below. Appreciate all the love and support as always, guys, and until next time, stay safe. Peace out.